Hey guys, JongLi here, back with another 2 versus 2 31k rules battle. I'm actually in this game for once. I found some time to play over the week, so I'm playing as Pontus, my ally is Imperator, and our opponents are Scippi, playing as the Greeks, and Esrax playing as Macedon. So we'll get the battle started here. I've taken Pontus with 2 chariot archers. There's no, one chariot archer, sorry, that is just over here. The rest are scythe chariots, and this is 31k rules, as you've probably guessed. A lot of bronze shields. I've sunk a lot of money into these guys. I have a lot of double chevron ones. So if it comes down to kind of a pike grind, which I reckon it probably will, I'll have a bit more to work with. Imperator has taken only 5 units of cav, but I've got all these scythe chariots, and the only reason I brought the scythe chariots was because I thought Imperator was going to be on um, the opposing team. So I actually thought Rome was going to be an enemy faction, and I ended up bringing a lot of chariots. I reckon I should have brought Cappadocian cavalry instead, because the Cappadocians are much better than the chariots against pikes. But because I've brought the chariots, I've had to design a game plan that will suit the chariots instead. So what I've asked Imperator to do is kind of just go for these companion cav units, knock them out of the game early on first. And that's because I want to get use out of my chariots. I don't want Scippi and Esrax to get comfortable and then plan out a way to use these companion cav. I want to get rid of the companion cav and get rid of my chariots, get some good trades with those before they become next to useless, because I don't have very high hopes for these side chariots. They're very bad against Greece, as you guys probably know. They get killed by the archers really quickly, and they're very bad against Macedon's pikes. So I really want them to go into the cav, and if they don't go into the cav, then these five units of side chariots are just wasted money. So that's one reason why, that's the whole reason why myself and Imperator are pushing with the infantry, trying to disturb Esrax and trying to bait Esrax's cav into an engagement. But we are getting very close to this swamp area, which is not good for my chariots. We have Esrax here trying to protect some of Scippi's cav, and Imperator's cav is unfortunately getting shot to pieces there. We were quite confused as to what to do about this mass of archers, but eventually we figured it out. And yeah, things are going alright over here. We've managed to get rid of one of the cav units. There's still another one here I really want to take out, but so far so good on this side. I am doing what I wanted to do. This Praetorian cavalry though, outnumbered and getting shot to bits, so might not last very long. I really feel like Imperator should have just thrown all his cav into here very early on, but looks like he's about to do that, or planning to do that. He's planning to do that. Generally, heavy cav chasing archers away is a bad thing, but if these guys can push the archers away and I can get to the companion cav with my chariots, then all is well and everything will be going according to our plan. Unfortunately, some cav has gotten caught here and shot, so that's all dead. I managed to catch this round unit though, so that's going to definitely leave the battlefield now. I am getting some work in with these chariot archers as well. I do still have another scythe chariot over here that's not seeing much play. We have a lot of Imperator's units around here, and we have my chariots over here, sorry. I was really scared of these archers, so I've been holding them back for a long time, and I'm still scared of the archers, frankly. But with Imperator's cav here, I feel a bit safer. As you can see, some of them are getting flamed, but just one archer flaming them isn't too bad. It's not good, but it could be a lot worse. So I'm going to try and just help Imperator out against the cav with these chariots. Hopefully I can get the route going here for us. Looks like Esrax is going in as well. So this is really what I want. I really want to get rid of Esrax's cav. As you can see, two companion cav units dying there, which is great for me. Unfortunately, all my scythe chariots do run amok, but I managed to hit 2 units there, 3 units, and managed to destroy them. Imperator's taken quite a big hit to his cav forces as well, so it's not the most worth it, but at least as long as I'm getting use out of my scythe chariots, I'm quite happy to kind of do that. These scythe chariots are pretty much useless now. I'm not going to use them for much. Praetorian cavalry here gonna hit some archers, but thoroughly outgunned. Imperator correctly notified me that I should attack these units with this chariot here, which I do eventually do, but I think I was late on that, so this cav unit does probably rout. I do get this chariot in there, so we do manage to rout the archers here, which is quite nice for us. But some of these companion cav have come back, and yeah, I'm still trying to round them up with my remaining scythe chariot that's over there. I'm glad I got rid of these 3 scythe chariots. I really don't want them, and getting rid of them as very far from my men as well, which is a bit of a bonus, so they don't run amok within my forces. I've managed to get quite a few archers routed here, but at the price of a cavalry unit or 2. We do have the cav advantage now, so it's not looking too bad. I'm still not very willing to chase this Cretan Archer unit. I probably should chase it, but the thing is there's a swamp area here, so I'll really want to get my scythe chariots out of there. This unit will probably come back, but not much I can do about that. Yeah, so now it looks basically Macedon and Greece are going to take refuge kind of next to this swamp. And yeah, our scythe chariots and Praetorian cav have mopped up a lot of these archers, these Greek archers here, which got very separated, which is great news for us. There's really only this one or two Cretan archer units left, but yeah, I think the enemy team started with something like maybe 10 Cretan archers, and now it's down to 2, and we've gotten rid of all the companion cav, so not bad at all. And I've gotten some decent use out of my chariots, even if I do still have two scythe chariots left. I really would have liked to use them a bit more effectively, but you know, 2 left. Okay, I'm happy with that. I really would rather have Imperator's cav be healthier than mine, but unfortunately, due to my poor use of my scythe chariots, he's left with significantly less cav than I feel like he should at this point. And also I forgot to protect this Archer Auxilia, but it doesn't matter too much in the end. This Archer Auxilia, I could have done a bit of work, but I'm not a fan of it anyway. I am managing to chase off a few more Cretans there. Macedon is hiding in the swamp. Companion cav, just 2 units left, so not too big of a threat. Can still be a threat, but not too much of. Not like an emergency kind of thing. Very much diminished. There's just 1 healthy unit left and 1 that's only got 16 guys, so basically 1 unit. I'm still trying to keep my chariots safe, just as a threat, just to present a threat really, not much else. And at this point I'm really trying to think how we're going to win the infantry fight, because it's going to come down to the infantry. Getting rid of the archers was the first step. Now I really want to get rid of now I really want to target these infantry units. I really want to take a favorable engagement in a good position, so what I was thinking at this point was trying to get engaged in the swamp, but I want Greece and Macedon's backs to be turned to this green field, so we can have a bit more play with the cav and the chariots, even though my chariots won't do much. That's what I really wanted to go for, so I'm going to start moving into the swamp now with Imperator in tow, and we're going to try and just push Esrax and Scippi around so that their backs face the pastures behind them. Yeah, these scythe chariots are useless now, unfortunately, so I'm not too fussed about them. I'm trying to rest this chariot archer unit up though, because it can still, the missiles on that can still be useful. This Archer Auxilia has also come back, which is nice, I suppose. We do have some Rhodian slingers here actually, so they weren't Cretan archers, which is good for us. There is one Cretan archer unit here though, and it still has arrows. Yeah. So I'm going to start moving into the swamp now. I'm trying to push Esrax around a little bit, and Imperator is in tow. He's trying to go to the center kind of region to push Esrax back. Yeah, these Archer Auxilia may be wasting a couple of missiles, but they are hitting the back of these guys, if that's any consolation. Yeah, not much happening really. But I'm just really focused on getting this favorable engagement. And yeah, Imperator getting some great peeler in. This is very nice from him. Basically hitting the backs of these royal pikes as they are walking, which is great. Getting quite a few nice kills there. And that's what we've got to do. That's what he's got to do if he wants to win this. Just, you know, be really efficient with the peeler. And at this point, I decided to kind of take it, I think. I'm not sure if I took it here or if I waited a bit longer. But yeah, we're very close to taking it now, and I'm very happy with the peeler that Imperator's getting in. Some great peeler into this unit, demolishing it. So that's like one entire less unit we have to worry about, which is good news for us. And I suspect these urbans will also get some fairly good peeler in. Yeah, I think at this point I decide to take it. I think they're sufficiently turned around to where I want them to go. I've got all my chariots and stuff here, so I feel like we have control of this area. These open plains, I can use my chariots nice and effectively. So yeah, I'm quite happy to take it now. And Scippi charges in with a lot of his Spartans, really hoping to get, like, just grind through these urbans here like a steamroller. Is gonna just push his way through with the pikes. And yeah, I start sending guys over, realizing that Imperator's not gonna hold up too well against, you know, a cav charge. But I ask for 3 urbans, and then I realize he's got way too much on his plate right now, so I get him to send the urbans back a little later on. But in this situation, it quickly becomes kind of, I'm not going to leave anything here. Well, neither myself or Esrax are going to leave anything on this side, and we're just going to pump everything into this engagement because it's so crucial for both of us that this side survives. Because as soon as this side drops out, then I'm stuck in the swamp area, and that's not good. So yeah, I'm really keen on on propping up Imperator, even though he's, you know, just getting destroyed by these Greek Spartans here. Esrax is smelling blood, and he's just sending royal pikes over to kind of support this push. So I'm just gonna send the rest of my guys over now because I'm like, you know what? The entire battle's hinging on this side. I'm gonna send everything in there, and hopefully it'll work out. There are some units here, but I'm not terribly worried about them, primarily because Macedon hasn't decided to engage me yet. So yeah, if they engage me, I'd be a bit worried about this cav, but because they're just sitting there, if the cav charge in, they're not going to do much, since they are not engaged. I have some pike units routing here, so I'm also decided to bring my general over to boost morale a bit. And I've told Imperator to throw these 3 units back over here now, because he really needs them, and I really don't. And I'm just going to try and push this flank a bit now, trying to get morale back on our side. Yeah. So I've also put these chariots over here, just for the fear effect. There's really no other reason for it. They're useless other than for the fear effect, so I'm not going to charge them in. I'm just going to leave them there. And literally just sit there and intimidate my opponent because there's nothing else I can do with these chariots. Anything else is just going to be detrimental to what I want to do. So I'm getting some nice angles over here, which I'm quite happy with. Esrax has charged in here, but as I said before, his pikes weren't engaged with mine, so I just turned my pikes around and bam, one unit gone, and this unit has taken some fairly heavy losses. I pull this pike unit back a bit, so just to be a bit more defensive. And yeah, these archers are shooting my back, but they're pretty tired now and pretty depleted, so I'm not terribly worried. This unit did rout. I'm not quite sure why, but like whatever. Side chariot units are just completely useless now. So I really don't care if they rout at this point. We have some like cav coming in here from Imperator, but not gonna be effective. I'm never using these guys on the infantry. That's just never gonna happen. But finally, we've made progress. Basically what happened is Scippi overextended a lot on this side, and I've managed to create like a bit of a break, and it's looking alright now. I've managed to kind of stabilize here, but this midsection is still looking very bad. But I am making some headway. As you can see, this unit's routing here, so it's gotten really thin. And I feel like that's because Esrax is overreacting to these chariots a little bit. He's got a lot of royal pikes just sitting here, pointing their pikes at my chariots. I have zero intention of using the chariots at this point. So if he turned his pikes around and started poking away at my bronze shields, I probably wouldn't even throw the chariots in at that point. I'd probably just do some feints or something. This, I don't know what happened. It must be because God mode wasn't on these guys. They just randomly charged in. Yeah, I didn't do anything to these guys, so yeah. Well, I didn't really care. I still got this one chariot unit for the fear effect. I don't need two, so I'm quite happy that that died. But not looking so good over here now that Esrax has got this extra unit kind of supporting. But I do have these two units here freed up, which includes my general, so they're not going to do too badly. And I have engaged with the Royal Pikemen, and I do seem to be getting the better of the Royal Pikemen, surprisingly. So yeah, one of the Royal Pikes is actually routed already. And that might be because of the double chevrons I have on these guys. So these guys are very, very well upgraded. These guys are just gold, but yeah, my guys are slightly better upgraded, and Esrax I feel didn't need to be aggressive on this flank, so that was probably another mistake by him. Also, this general unit not doing anything, so another mistake there. Meanwhile, on this side, I've decided to just try and save these two units and by getting them around the rear. But this has opened up basically my flank to these guys that are coming around, but I managed to route these two units just in time, so I am able to kind of turn them around to meet the opposition. But again, a lot of Greek units starting to route now. They're just... I'm not sure why. This unit's got 48 men, and they've just decided to route. Maybe my chariots are doing work. I have no idea if my chariot's fear effect is working here or not, but you know, maybe it contributed to these guys routing. Because some of these guys are routing with a lot of men. I mean, Spartans usually don't rout with 48 guys still left in the unit. So that's quite surprising. And that's why you don't sacrifice your chariots into pikes, because the fear effect can have quite some nice bonuses, especially when everyone's tired and exhausted. So some Royal Pikemen routing here, they'll probably come back though with so many guys. But that does mean I've freed up some units on this flank, and I'm going to pump them over here now where my general is in a big trouble. And yeah, I'm very scared for my general right now because, as you guys know, the general is always on this left side, and he's over here. And I don't like his chances, so I'm really hoping that he doesn't die here. But Yeah, I have to keep my general there because pulling him out kind of just increases the chance of him dying. I am using these chariot archers to just chase off units because they're not going to be good for much else. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for myself and Imperator now. He's still got a couple of urbans left, which are being very helpful. And these urbans are actually fresh because they've been in guard mode for so long. And this is definitely like one of the reasons why we're doing fairly well right now. It's because these urbans have been in Testudo guard mode, all like for so long. As soon as they bust out, and these Spartans are very tired because they were out of guard mode. Because these Spartans and Royal Pikes are more exhausted, the Urbans do have a bit of an advantage. Last of Esrax's cav routing there. Really, after the start of the game, they weren't really that much of a threat. Yeah, I feel like Cappadocian cav would have made me feel a lot better than the chariots did this game, so kind of regret bringing the Scythe chariots rather than Cappadocians, but I guess I made it work out in the end, luckily. My general here, still not dead. He's over here getting sliced to pieces. But he's not dead yet. He's still fighting fit, which is good news for me, but I'm still too scared to pull him out, because when you pull out, a lot of units die, and like the chances of the general being one of them is rather high, so I'm still not willing to pull him out. Bronze shields here, standing up to 2 units of Royal Pikes, although this unit isn't really doing that much. This unit is in a bit of trouble, but we do have this urban cohort over here, which looks like it's going to go into here. So not looking too great over here. The good thing is, my guys aren't exhausted like Esrax's guys. And Imperator's guys are fresh, so that's good. On this side we've routed everything, and at this point we do more or less have the game in the bag. Yeah. Oh, Esrax still had 1 cav unit left. Okay, well, it's gone now. Yeah, the enemy general died. I'm not sure whose it was. Probably Esrax's? But yeah, at this point, our opponents just admit defeat. Because we have so many units here that are just gonna come over now. I was going to rest these guys up because, you know, when I bring in fresh units it's gonna be so devastating, but yeah, I'm just gonna rest these. I was planning to just rest these guys up anyway, and just nail in the coffin really. When this left flank got won. So very well played to Esrax and Scippi and Imperator, of course. Very exciting game, a bit long as well, and hope you guys enjoyed watching these factions fight it out. These are factions we don't usually play, so we're not the best at it, but you know, it was fun. So thanks for watching, guys.